This might be the biggest patch in a long time. Bayle is the new hero coming to Predecessor in V1.9, and he's not the only big new addition to the game. We finally got an ARAM game mode. Little bit, which is supposed to be, oh my god. We'll take a look at both exciting new features and cover all the other great updates to the game coming with patch 1.9. This patch 1.9 spits on 1.8. Oktober Studios gave me the chance to playtest their new patch 1.9 early again, so I can show you all the cool new features in it. In this video I'll cover everything you need to know about patch 1.9. Tempest of Shadows. We're playing on a completely new map. Really fun so far. Oh my god. Today we play our first match of the new game mode ARAM in Predecessor 1.9. And here we can already see the first look of the new map we're playing on, which is which is supposed to be, oh my god, this goes far, oh my. I've been able to already test the new game mode ARAM, and the first thing I gotta say about it, just like about Brawl when first playing it, is that it was super chaotic. It's, oh my god, it's pretty similar to my first time playing Brawl back then, which was just super chaotic. In the new game mode ARAM, you will play in teams of 5 players against each other on a new map consisting only of one very big lane with no jungle or monsters or whatsoever. And yeah, very cool from the team that they've actually put out a completely new map for this. Actually, there's one river bug in the middle of the map to the side and a few shadow pads. Here you can, by the way, here you can see the map. It's really just one lane, no jungle at all, only one river bug or so. But team comp is actually very important in this game mode. What I was very surprised by was that Oktober actually built a completely new map for this. We're playing on a completely new map. I'd have expected to see the practice map getting used for this finally, as that one already consists of just one lane. This is not the practice map as I expected initially, but I guess they might keep that still for maybe a 3v3 mode in the future. In contrast to Brawl, the objective of ARAM is to push and destroy all enemy towers and finally their core, just like you would in the standard game mode. I didn't think I could back in this game mode actually, because it is usually buying this, what? Only possible while dead. Oh, okay. In this game mode you can't heal besides using potions and abilities and health stations similar to the ones that existed in Brawl. But for these to work they must channel a few seconds, so you have to stay on them for a short bit, making it slightly more risky to heal in ARAM than in Brawl. You also only can buy items when you die. So we have no healing. And I can only buy items when dead. This is how I expected it. So to power spike and to complete your build, you'll have to make strategic decisions on when you may want to die and when it is better to stay alive. Compared to other MOBAs in whose ARAM modes you can't backport at all. I didn't expect this to work. I'm wondering why I could back right now. Oktober decided to still keep this option in Predecessor's ARAM to prevent backdooring, meaning you can teleport back to base to save it if enemies might have snuck behind you. Also, one last very important part of this game mode. In draft you get a hero assigned to play by random. You can't pick certain heroes or a specific hero in this game mode. You get the chance to reroll 2 times though if you don't like the one you just pulled. This makes for even more silly matchups and also some variation in the heroes you play. Well, it's actually really fun so far. While pushing the lane of the enemy, with each tower defense you destroy, the enemy jump pads will decrease in strength. And get another hero instead in this. Oh, so now that they've taken the second tower, the jump pad's range was decreased. That's also interesting. Be careful though, as the jump pads at the beginning actually do let you and enemies leap behind the front lines. The lead guy is gone, I wanted to say. Oh, and there he is. So the game mode is similar to Brawl, you play only on one lane, and in this game mode you actually just kind of like in standard game mode, you just have to push your lane. That was a quick very first match of the new game mode ARAM. I hope you got... never mind, we're going straight into the next one. Bayle is the new hero coming to Predecessor in V1.9, and he introduces a new mechanic to the game. Bayle is actually the first character in Predecessor that has a basic attack chain or basic attack progression. So his first basic attack and his second basic attack have the standard duration of 1 times his basic attack. So one time for the basic attack, and then the third basic attack is actually going to take double as long for the animation, but therefore will also deal double the damage. So when attacking with Bayle you have 2 normal basic attacks, and then the third is gonna be a very hard hitting one. Why introducing basic attack change is actually a huge thing is because this will introduce the ability to auto-cancel, which is a mechanic found in almost every MOBA. If you're not familiar with auto-canceling, it basically means using an ability to reset your auto-attack chain. This is mostly used to increase your DPS, so damage per second, so that you can get more damage out quicker. With Bayle, for example, you could use 1 or 2 of his basic attacks, then use an ability, by this resetting his basic attack chain, so the next basic attack he will use after the ability will be his first one again, so it only has the standard duration for his attack instead of the longer one. The only thing that might prevent Bayle from having a great success by using auto-canceling is that all his abilities are not very quick. His main damage ability, for example, uses 3 attacks in itself, so it doesn't really go in the direction of getting damage out quick or in a bursty way, because it deals the damage over 3 instances. His second ability though he can use this way, so you auto and then use his E and then auto again, and then you could, for example, use his Q. And his third ability, which is a leap, could also be used in this way because you can cancel it as well. So you auto, E, auto, Q, auto, and then you would right click to use his leap and click left click right away again. So he cancels the leap and it kind of is just like another damage instance. And then you can continue with your autos again and eventually lead into your ult. His leap though could also be used as his first ability he uses. So auto, right click and cancel it right away, so you stay on the target if you're already on it, because it shreds enemy armor. So using this early in the fight will leave you dealing more damage with the rest of your attacks right after. So you could either use it to get to your target and then auto, E, auto, Q, or if you can reach your target just by walking, you could auto, right jump, cancel, auto, and go further with the chain. Your Q, Cursed Edge, which is your main damage ability, also has a knock up and a short stun integrated, so that is very, very strong for him as well, and leaves you awesome opportunities to range the ability in your attack chain as you want to tactically have the most benefit for you. So you could either use it very, very early to surprise the enemy, for example, or you can keep it while using your auto cancel chain and wait for the enemy to use his ultimate, for example, which you could use to stun them out of, for example. His second ability, Dire Hall, is a battle cry which erupts from Bayle, from which nearby enemies get dealt damage and get slowed for a short amount of time, and Bayle gets a buff from this, granting him physical power and omnivamp, so this is also very great for sustained fighting. So using this rather early in the fight might also set you up for more sustain and more damage output. Additionally, when the duration of this buff of 5 seconds ends, Bayle will heal for a certain amount of damage he has taken during that duration. So he is really a full-on brawler and kind of an anti-tank with his leap Skull Crusher, because it shreds enemy armor. And then we have his ultimate, which is absolutely insane. If you played Smite, actually, this might actually seem familiar to you, because it reminds me very, very much of the King Arthur ultimate. So you dash forward after being slowed to the max for a short amount of time, and then you uppercut an enemy and deal 8 strikes with your blade while you're in the air. And additionally to that, when crushing down, you deal extra damage on the slam on the ground again. Now his ultimate is also another reason why he could be a very awesome tank shredder, because this ability does deal maximum health percent damage. So he, for one, shreds armor, and then for second, he deals max health damage. If this is not a perfect tank shredder, so Bayle is gonna be a great answer to a tanky enemy team. Also quickly, I wanted to thank you all for your amazing support in my latest videos. Last month has been my most viewed this far, and I also hit a new milestone with my Photoreal map rework, which your comments went crazy on. To celebrate this, I'm planning to make a Predecessor WTF Moments Series, inspired by the original series for Paragon by WTF. Therefore, I made a Shark60 Discord server, which you can find in the description or in the pinned comment of this video, where you can share your epic or funny clips so I can put them in the next video. You'll also be able to see see exclusive teasers and behind the scenes for my other projects like my new lore cinematic Rivalry, and the next iteration of my photoreal map rework. Actually, there's a lot to come, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to join my new Discord if you want to see all news and videos first and to get involved in future projects and if your clip shared in the WTF Moments series. Thank you for your amazing support and all your comments. Really, every comment lightens up my heart and motivates me to do more. Now, let's get to the most interesting part of this update, which I've kept for now. Predecessor is also returning to its core MOBA mechanics more. Oktober Studios just announced that with patch 1.9, Predecessor shall emphasize more on the core MOBA mechanics that we were introduced to with this game from the early beginning. This basically means that the game is supposed to get a little bit slower again and more tactical and strategic, which is huge news because this is something the community had been begging for the last patches. Seemingly the game got faster and faster, and it felt a little bit like Nitro got shoved a little bit more into standard and ranked games. With this patch now, Oktober finally addresses this and slows down ranked and standard games again. Meaning if you still want the fast, more on the action relying games, you can still play Nitro, but ranked and standard games will finally feel more like a competitive and more strategic game mode again. The team posted an article on their website and shared it on Twitter as well, where they stated this news and how they are achieving this. Predecessor game direction standard and ranked in 1.9 and beyond. This is the article I was just talking about, and here you can find a little bit of their explanation to why they're doing this, which is a great thing. You'll see a bunch of paragraphs talking about the different things they're addressing, and at the bottom they have a summary which we can take a look at for this video. If you want to read the whole article, I'll link it down in the description as well. The average match will feel slower in pace and more methodical. Minion last hits and playing the map will be more important. The laning phase will last longer and matter more. Excessive roaming will come with greater economic trade-offs. Towers will deal more damage. CC will be less powerful. Various abilities will be easier to dodge or harder to land. Basic attacks will have a greater movement trade-off, skill expression and individual agency will increase, and ranged heroes in offlane should feel less oppressive. These are all great news for competitive strategic gameplay, keeping Predecessor a MOBA, but still an action MOBA. You may have already been able to spot some of those differences in the gameplay you just saw. If you look closely, you could already see some of the projectile speed for the ADCs or Argus, for example, be way slower, which was actually way harder to hit now. ARAM obviously is still a very chaotic and fast-paced game mode, so the real difference we'll only be able to see when we're looking at actual standard or ranked gameplay. On October 14th, when the update Tempest of Shadows drops. I hope you're just as excited as I am, so make ready for the Tempest of Shadows. Let me know what you're excited about the most, or if you're skeptical about something. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to check out my Shark60 Discord server for exclusive content and to get involved in future projects like the WTF Moments series. If you want to learn more about all the other leaks from patch 1.9 which we haven't talked about in this video, which have been leaked over the past 7 days, and possible new legendary skins that might come to Predecessor, you can check out this video. Until then, thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.